Hello, everybody. Dale Dickerson, Coach Jason Russell. Coach, this weather with football games, first game's called because of lightning, second game ends early because of lightning, and the third game we got remnants of a hurricane coming in and got a wet ball game again. So I'm hoping this week we got sunshine and blue skies for this week.
Well, it's at this point it says it's going to be that way, so I hope it is. I mean, and weather has affected every game. Whether the first game, like you said, canceled, second one stopped early, and then this week, was a major factor. We are a team that's 50-50 run pass, and it really changed how we had to play the game. Now we executed pretty well. But we couldn't hit anything over the top. Explosive plays are a big part of our offense, and we didn't have really any explosive plays. Everything was just grind, earning everything. We had, of course, the big run by Thomas for the touchdown, but it was a grind, and I think we had 19 first downs. That's a lot of first downs, and it just shows you how methodically we had to move the football down the field.
Well, you mentioned it the first part of the year that we were going to be a very undersized team, and you could see that the other night. The right side of their offensive line, the center was like 260, 280. The guard was about the same size, and the tackle was 345.
Yeah.
So we're just completely, our little linebackers that are maybe 175, 180 are not going to be able to.
Our linebackers are all 175, between 175 and 180. You are exactly right on that. Yeah. I mean, we've got to, and that's the whole thing. Coach talks to them all the time about, you got to take your shot. You got to play low. You got to come in, and when you see that opening, you got to slip through that crack and hit them low. I mean, we can't stand up and catch guys in our chest. It's just not going to work. So.
Well, in their opening series, they didn't have a pass the whole game. They ran every play, but the opening series, they took their defensive end and their middle linebacker and alternated snaps to them and just ran the ball right behind that right side every play till they scored. And they didn't do it the rest of the game, but that first series, they put two big guys back there and
we finally stiffened up and actually stopped that drive. So and I guess they changed up what they were doing there but they ate up a bunch of clock. They ate up a bunch of clock.
Yeah, so. It was a very, very fast game because everything they did was on the ground. So let's look at a few highlights. We got some highlights. We did have highlights. Our freshman quarterback really had a good game.
Yeah, he did. He did. Thomas is continuing to be really good. Dominic played well also. I kind of right now they're splitting reps, and I consider both of them starters. And Dominic, we played Thomas the vast majority of the game. Dominic came out and played really, really good early. But the game kind of dictated with the weather that we needed to be able to run the ball more often. And Thomas is just so dynamic running the football that we needed him in there with his.
And Dominic is kind of his niche is throwing the ball. And
That's right.
The wet football, it just kind of took him out of the equation.
That's right. Yeah, he's more of a pocket passer, and he can run the ball, but he's just had a history of injuries, and we just try to keep him from taking those shots.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
All right, this first highlight is the first touchdown. Thomas went 25 yards on a great run, broke a couple of tackles, and this is our big package where it was short yardage, and he broke it outside and took it in for the touchdown. Yeah,
absolutely. What a play by him right here, just running a little power scheme off the left side and just takes it to the house. He's such a you can see right there running away from those guys. I mean, he's fast, he's strong, he's physical, he runs hard. He does not get tackled by the first guy ever. That's what you see.
He looks like a running back because when he gets hit, he's spinning and moving away from him. He's not just falling down. He's still churning, trying to get yardage, and he's quick, and he seems to make such good decisions when if you expect a freshman to scramble, you think he's panicking and trying to find a place to run to.
Yeah.
He's looking down the field constantly.
Yeah. He made some big plays, and we're really close to making even bigger plays. Had Jeremy Salisbury one time, and we just barely missed him over the top. Would have been a huge play.
Yep.
It was our only 3 and out of the night, and we were so close to hitting that one and having a huge play on that one. And then he had one to Deuce, and the only reason that Deuce didn't catch that one is their guy grabbed his jersey and pulled him, and we got the holding call. I mean, it was very blatant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, this next one is a little pass out of the backfield. Has been very effective for us.
Yeah, it's just our just a little curl flat concept right there, and we get a catch on it right there. The outside linebacker kind of stays inside and takes the hitch, and so that running back's free off the edge, and just kind of put a guy in limbo. He's either got to cover the inside guy or the outside guy, and we run the other guys off, and it just it's a nice quick hitter concept.
Yep.
And again, you can see right there it's a short pass, short pass, and that's all we were able to do was try to catch it and run.
All right, this next one is a kickoff return. Jay Wells had a big kickoff return that set us up great field position.
This is right out of the half too, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come out swinging right out of the half. Great kickoff return right here. I thought our kickoff coverage and our kickoff team, return team, did a really good job on Friday night. We've definitely gotten better there. We got the ball in good field position right here, and we go in and score right there. So that's a great start to the half for sure.
All right, this next one is the touchdown. We're sitting up at the 25, so we move in, and Thomas takes this one in from 5.
Yep, got a little sweep right here off the left edge. A little quarterback sweep, get an extra number right there. Brandon Perry, man, I tell you what, Brandon Perry had a heck of a game.
He did.
He didn't have a ton of carries, but he caught several footballs out of the backfield, had several carries as well. But his blocking from the running back position when we were trying to roll out and again create some shorter throws, and then his running when he was blocking for Thomas. I mean, what a game by that kid. Gritty. He took one shot, one of the hardest licks I've ever seen in high school football.
I saw that.
And popped right back up. Of course, they got the 15-yard penalty because it was helmet to helmet, and it was nasty. But that kid jumped right back up. What a tough kid and competitor, and I was really proud of how he played.
That was a very scary hit because it was helmet
vicious.
to helmet, and it was a loud helmet to helmet. And he popped up, and I was thinking, well, he's going to stand up and he's going to start wobbling around.
Yeah.
But he never blinked.
Well, every marker of targeting was there. I mean, it was 100% targeting, and any college football game that kid's done for the game, it went 100%. It was just that. It was that obvious, and he popped back up and ready to play the next play.
Well, when you have a running back that's blocking like that, it never shows up any highlight film. You never see it, but the coaches notice it, and it's important to the way the offense performs.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a very apparent. And I talked to Coach Hectorn, and he was even bragging on him. He's talking about, man, that kid played his tail off. They had some stuff trying to take away our edge game with our sprint outs and stuff, and they kind of got away from what they had planned because he did such a good job blocking that guy and taking away that space. So great job by that kid.
Okay, this next play is the pivotal point of the game. We score a touchdown to go up two scores, and this is not that play. This is just a run out on the outside here.
Yep. This is just a little wrap concept, just a one-back power situation where you block with the front side guys, bring the guard around.
The next play after that is where we score, and it gets called back for a holding. We would have been up 2 touchdowns with half the third quarter gone.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is to me, in my opinion, this is the pivotal play of the entire game right here. We run a little one-back power to the right. Thomas takes it for the touchdown, and it gets called on a very questionable call, in my opinion. But it comes back. We end up on that series trying to kick the field goal, miss the field goal, and honestly, that's really the difference in the game right there. And if we score right there, I think we put them in a bind, and where they're starting to question things, and again they didn't throw a single pass. You get a team down by 2 scores midway through the third with 2-score lead. They start kind of panicking a little bit.
Well, you're right. It changes their whole offensive philosophy that if you're going to run the ball and going to continue to run the ball, when you get 2 scores down, you do have to maybe make some changes in the way you run your offense. And on top of us not scoring, we hold them, and it's 3rd down, 3rd and 5. They're on the 25-yard line, and they break a 75-yard run down the sideline and end up with a 2-point conversion. And instead of being 2 touchdowns down there, they're a point ahead.
I mean, it was just, like you said, like a blink of an eye, and here the game just completely changed, and that was really the pivotal turning point. We gave up leverage, like you said, on that 3rd down, gave out outside leverage. They bounced it to the outside, and our contained guy had jumped inside, made an error, and then, it's just, you can't make that error.
All right, let's see. This is last touchdown. We get the ball back, and we go down and score with just a few seconds left in the game. And because of a missed extra point, we can't get a 2-point conversion to tie, but we do carry it in, and we're still fighting up to the very end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So there's a touchdown right there. We go ahead, and I think at this point we're down by 3. This is 22-19. You kick the field goal in that situation, or kick the extra point that puts you down by 2. Now a field goal wins it. We actually missed that extra point as well, and so we were down 22-19, and we needed to drive it back down, and we needed to get the onside kick. I thought Austin did a great job with the onside kick, hit their guy, bounced off his leg, bounced around. We thought we were going to get it, and they ended up back with the football, so that effectively ended the game.
Yep, it was a good onside kick, and you're right. When it hit their leg and was rolling around free, I thought we had a chance to jump right on it, and just couldn't quite get to it. So.
Yeah.
But it was a hard-fought game, and it was, like I said, we're undersized, and in games like that, we have to win it with big plays and very few mistakes. And we didn't have that many penalties, I think. We played a fairly decent game, but we did have we had a fumble that probably wasn't a fumble, and then also on the same play, it should have been a face mask, and they waved it off, and that was another big play in the ball game.
Yeah, that was another pivotal play in the game. I mean, we were driving again with another chance to take that 2-score lead, and they grabbed Thomas by the face mask, yanked him completely in a 360 circle on the ground. Their guy grabs the ball out of Thomas's hands, takes off running, and we think it's a 15-yard penalty, and then they all meet up. And then they come out and say, no flag, and Horn Lake's got the ball. I mean, 2 things that should have never happened that occurred there. So like you said, we played a pretty good game as far as penalties go, but our mistakes were very big mistakes. One was the on the hold, that took away a touchdown off the board. And like we said, that was kind of the pivotal turning point. A very questionable hold call, I thought. Then the other one was losing contain on that big run. Those are really the big errors that made a difference in the game.
Okay, we got Lewisburg coming to town for homecoming Friday night, and it's a big game for us. It's a rivalry game. Homecoming, we'll have a big crowd. The weather's supposed to be good, so and they're coming off another loss, so 2 teams hungry for a win.
Absolutely. We need to go out there and execute well. Obviously, homecoming, there's a lot of distractions this week. I always tell the kids, that the homecoming's for the fans. It's for the people that used to be at the school. You don't have to come home. You're already here. We just need to play. We need to get ready to play the football game. You want to make it a great homecoming, win the game. That's the most important thing. Win the game, and then everybody else can have fun and do all that other stuff, and you've done your part.
Okay. All right, well, Friday night, we'd like to see everybody in the stands. If you cannot make it, we will be on obtlevylive.com, so tune in if you're not going to be able to attend the game, but we hope to see you in the seats. We need a big turnout for homecoming to cheer these boys on. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. Good day, everybody.